you are turning to Old Faithful to protect themselves during these difficult times. And Old Faithful is real gold and silver from the Oxford Gold Group, the kind you can actually hold in your hands and have in your IRA. No better time than the present to protect your future and the future of your family. Call the Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-928-GOLD. They will send you their free guide on investing in gold and silver and answer all of your questions. Protect your money before things get even worse out there. Call the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-928-GOLD. Oxford is here to help you protect your savings and retirement. That's 833-928-GOLD.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Keeping you in the right lane for your drive home. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. He'll be addressing the United Nations General Assembly, asking for unity to take on common goals. The president arrived in New York yesterday and met with the United Nations Secretary General.
In a brief glimpse of his early discussion with Antonio Guterres, President Biden spoke about the United Nations mission over many decades, that given the state of the world is still very relevant today.
Equitable prosperity, peace, and security for everyone. And this is as valuable and necessary today as it was 76 years ago.
President Biden planned to address those security challenges as well as global issues with the Secretary General ahead of the president's address before the General Assembly. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
COVID-19 is now officially the deadliest pandemic in American history, killing more people than the 1918 Spanish flu, more than 676,000 according to the Johns Hopkins University count, and more than 2,300 people in the last day. Average daily deaths are back at what they were in early March. The first known lawsuit is filed under a new Texas law allowing anyone who helps a woman get an abortion be sued for it in civil court for $10,000. The person who filed the suit says he did it as a test to see if the law will be upheld.
San Antonio Dr. Alan Braid, who admitted in a recent op-ed that he performed an abortion in defiance of the new Texas law, has been sued by a man from Arkansas who says he's a former attorney. The Arkansas Times, though, says he was once sentenced to prison for committing tax fraud. He calls himself pro-choice and says he wanted to force the issue into court in order to get a judge to declare the law unconstitutional. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
I see Canadians standing together.
The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will keep his job, but maybe in a weaker political position. He'd called for a parliamentary election 2 years early, trying to get a majority of seats for his Liberal Party. Instead, not much, if any, ground was gained, and power will still have to be shared. America's listening to Fox News.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Seeing a little bit of a way of wet roadways early on this morning. If you're heading in inland Collier County right now toward Immokalee, Ave Maria, State Road 29, going to be a little bit wet, as well as parts of Immokalee Road and some of those side roads from some early morning showers. For the most part, though, we have a dry, quiet commute out across Southwest Florida. Right now, we are crash and incident free out there. A little bit of fog as well if you're heading along Alligator Alley toward the East Coast, but very patchy in nature and not as widespread as we saw this time yesterday. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program on a regular basis, and thank you for subscribing to the podcast by typing in Drew Steele to any of your favorite podcast locations, and drewsteele.com has a link there so you can subscribe as well. All right, coming up this morning, hey, how bold do you like your politicians? How bold and how forward-thinking do you like them? How often are you told to be bold and to step out of your comfort zone? And how do you like when somebody says that? Do you do it? Are you willing to do it? Are you just waiting for somebody else to take the lead before you do? Because there's a couple of things I wanted to mention this morning. The first one, right out of the gate, would be Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is putting forward articles of impeachment there against President Joe Biden for a lot of different reasons. But then she says something after on the House floor that is important. And again, It's about being bold. It's about being direct. It's about getting information to people as well, in uncomfortable times. How often are you someone who is told that you need to stop when it comes to the culture and stop pushing back? Whether it's the issue of transgender bathrooms or whether it's the issue of critical race theory in our schools or whether or not it is any of the other things that are very woke in the culture, that you are told to just sit down and shut up, that this is just the way it is. And if somebody else decides to step out into that space and say, yeah, we really have to do something. We can't just talk about impeaching this president. We actually have to do the work of moving the process forward. Do you like when politicians do that, or would you rather they not do that? Because if you're not going to back it up with actions, I don't want to hear you talk. And that's everybody. I mean, I would even say that about Republicans in general. We're tired of the talk, and you need to walk the walk. And in our community, we have to make sure that we are bold in our steps to say, look, I need more information. I need to be educated on a lot of different things. I need to know more about the details, let's say, of vaccines and the vid and therapies, therapeutics and the like. And instead of kind of listening to others tell me that this is the way it is and it's a good thing and then parroting that, to actually get educated on these topics. The issues of gender dysphoria. Are we allowed to have this conversation about other sides of the culture? Or are we just told that that is an ist and an obia, and how dare you do this, and the culture is moving away from your way of thinking, so you better get on the train, otherwise... No. Actually, the train doesn't even have to take off. We can leave the train in the station, get off the train, and have the conversation about where the train's going before we just decide that we're forced to hop on the train. There's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about this morning along those lines, so I'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Gordon Chang's going to join us this morning at 8:05 because you may have noticed that the markets are not very stable. Yesterday was not a good day for the markets. A lot of people trying to figure out what's going on here in the country, the Dow, and where we're going to be after today. Well, I'll tell you this: China is causing this little quake of the stock market earth, and you may be shocked and surprised to find out why it's happening, and it's starting in China. And what are they doing? Is China really having their own Lehman Brothers moment? Are they having a moment where there's a business in China that's too big to fail? And is this the beginning of something that's going to be rumbling throughout? I mean, we've already got the issues of inflation and what's happening with the economy, and we already have the border, and we're going to get to that in just a second. So now we have something else to watch out for. Yep. Keep an eye on it. So Gordon Chang will join us at 8:05 to explain. Looking forward to that. And then at 7:05, we're going to get into a deep conversation about what's happening along the border. Federation for American Immigration Reform. We're going to talk with them about the specifics that's happening. And if you have been paying attention to Jen Psaki, and I'm sure many of you have probably been listening to what she's saying.
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you.
Yeah, there's plenty more that she can circle back. She had one of her, let's just put it this way. The crisis of trust continues. Nobody trusts Jen Psaki. Nobody trusts what's coming out of the White House. Nobody would trust what's coming out of the border secretary, the Department of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, when yesterday he's just letting everybody know. I know there's 14,000 plus illegals right now at Del Rio living under a bridge. Most of them are from Haiti, and that the DHS Secretary Mayorkas is there at the border at a location where behind him there are not a lot of people, instead of being right at the location where these 14,000 were yesterday, telling everybody, listen, we're telling you, don't come here. No.
We have reiterated
that
our borders are not open and people should not make the dangerous journey.
Yeah, I just got to stop right there. We've reiterated this time and time again. You know what it's like, Jake? It's like if I keep telling you, if you walked into a a grocery store or a Quickie Mart or whatever your favorite mart is. I don't know. Is there such thing as a Quickie Mart? Does that name even exist? I don't know. Is that like a Simpsons character thing? I don't even know. Quickie Mart, Supermart, Fast Mart.
Probably.
Something like that. It's like if you're working there and everybody comes in and they just start taking stuff and walking out, and you're like, you're not allowed to do this. You should stop. Stop taking the Slim Jims off the shelf and the little the pickled eggs and the energy.
Save some for Jake.
Yeah, save some for Jake. And people just keep walking out, and you're like, I told you this yesterday, you guys. Stop. And they just keep coming in instead of locking the door, maybe having some, and actually stopping them from entering the premises to begin with. You just leave the door open, and in a really terse tone of voice, you're like, hey, Jake's got to eat pickled eggs. Stop taking them. At least take them individually, one at a time, instead of the whole jar, right? Because it's really difficult to get good quality pickled eggs today.
And leave the juice so I can dip my Slim Jim in.
No! I was not prepared for that. Come on. Is that a millennial thing? Is that what you do?
Yeah, you take the Slim Jim, you stir them up, get them all real good and, vinegary and...
It's not even, for a lot of people, it's not even breakfast. It's not even post-coffee time yet. You're ruining everything.
Sorry, guys.
But I can see that the vinegar kind of breaks down the Slim. Anyway, okay. Because, beef lips are really hard to digest. Look, the point is this. Mayorkas is there saying, stop.
Individuals and families are subject to border restrictions, including expulsion. Irregular migration poses a significant threat.
Blah, 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 blah. You know what they hear? They hear nothing. They don't hear anything when he says that. It's just lip service because they're still coming in, and now we come to find out that maybe some are being flown out back to Haiti, which is a really ugly visual for this administration. I'm not sure which is the better visual. Is there a good visual? So you've got the visual of airplanes taking the adult men back to Haiti, but family units and single adult males back to Haiti. But you have the family, full family units, women and children who are going to be released into the country. So that's not everybody being rounded up, if you will, if you're allowed to say it that way, and then brought onto planes and sent down. No, that's not what's happening. And so you have that issue, number one. Number two, then you have the issue of what else is going on there along the border, which is now the latest in trying to spin almost like an out for this administration. And what is it? Did you hear about the Border Patrol is whipping these individuals at the border? Did you see some of the pictures and some of the video? They're whipping them. They've got actual whips, and they're on horseback. And so because the horse, it's more mobile, it's easier to make sure that they don't enter the country. And so the Border Patrol has actual whips, and they're going to these illegals and whipping them into submission to make sure they don't come into the country. Now, let me ask you this. Is it possible that any of that is true?
I don't know, but it definitely doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound good at all. It doesn't sound good at all. That's the point. So some photos were taken. Some people suggesting in major media outlets that the Border Patrol is whipping these individuals to stop them from coming across the border. Now, is that true? You've got two schools of thought here. You got three, actually. How about that question being asked?
Haiti, there are photographs and reports of border agents on horseback using what appear to be whips on Haitian migrants. Does the administration view that as an appropriate tactic? Can you speak to that? There are people who are upset about it.
Yeah, there's people that are upset. I mean, listen, Jake didn't even know the story, and now I tell him this, and it's like, well, that doesn't seem like that's right. You don't whip people. Okay. Now, if you actually know anything about horseback riding, or you know, or took a moment to actually ask Border Patrol, hey, what are you doing in these photos? There's some video of you holding what appears to be a whip, and you're spinning it around, and it's this big, long leather, what looks like a whip, Is that what it is? Well, if you actually took the time to ask the question of the Border Patrol on horseback, that's not what it is. One person in particular on Twitter set everybody up for this, Sawyer Hackett. Sawyer Hackett is Julian Castro's, I guess, chief of staff, or he works for Julian Castro there in Texas, and he tweeted out, Border Patrol is mounted on horseback, rounding up Haitian refugees with whips. It's unfathomable cruelty towards people fleeing disaster and political ruin. The administration must stop this. Well, if they took the time to actually ask or find out the details on this, as one reporter did, Julio Rosas, who works at Town Hall, he decided to actually talk to the Border Patrol. They're not whips, everybody. They're the reins. You know, the reins. Do you know what the reins, if you're a horseback, do you know what they're used for? Last time I checked, the reins are used to direct the horse which direction you want them to go to. Sometimes you want to rein them in. Sometimes you want them to go to the left or the right. But that's what they are. They're reins. They direct the horse in the direction you want it to go. So they asked the question, and the Border Patrol source said, quote, agents use their reins for a lot of reasons. Primarily, it's used to steer the horse, but agents will also spin them sometimes, which you can see in one of the videos, to deter people from getting too close to the horse. Think about it. You're on horseback. Somebody could run up to the horse and scare the horse, or try to grab the horse and do something which would take the horse into a different position, which would make them anxious, which could ultimately either cause the horse harm or the person on horseback. We're not aware of anyone being struck with the reins. Yeah, they don't know anything about what they're talking about, but they certainly know that they're not being whipped. They're keeping people away from the horse, and they're used to direct which way the horse goes. Now, that's not whipping. That's not what they were doing. And Peter Hassan also had a tweet because he talked to a CBP official who said, we don't carry whips, and the only thing I see in their hands is reins, which is what it is. So again, another narrative being shot down, but quickly, Jen Psaki wanted to make sure that people understood. Now, there's two schools of thought here. Listen to the answer.
Understandably so. I've seen some of the footage. I don't have the full context. I can't imagine what context would make that appropriate, but I don't have additional details. And certainly, I don't have additional context. April, I don't think anyone seeing that footage would think it was acceptable or appropriate.
And now it goes on. Listen.
I want to follow up on the question about Haitians and it's specifically these photos that are surfacing on Border Patrol agents seemingly using whips. I know you said that there's no context that it would be seen as inappropriate, so the question really is, why would this be happening under the Biden administration? Is this going to stop? What would I wonder sort of what are going to be the consequences if what we're seeing is what we're seeing?
I mean, Yamiche, it's all good questions. We just saw this footage. It's horrible to watch. I just have to get more information on it. Again, April, I don't have more information on it. I've also seen the video. I can't imagine what the scenario is where that would be appropriate.
Okay, that's not what's happening, right? And so there's a couple of things here. Number one, you have those that don't like Border Patrol to begin with. You have those like AOC, the expert on everything border.
I'm not the expert.
All right, sorry about that. Or actually, she's the expert on everything that is super fun meme dresses. That all would like to see, the squad who like to see Border Patrol gone because, they want open borders and they don't like the fact that there would be people patrolling borders when they feel like we shouldn't have any. And at this moment in time, do we really have any borders? I mean, if you can make your way into the country and nobody is stopping you, then technically we don't have a southern border at the moment. So to see CBP get hurt, get in trouble, to not be looked at in the same light as protecting the border and protecting the United States, they don't have a problem with. But the second part is also the other thing, which is, man, it's a bad look for the administration Because if that is happening, and it's happening under Joe Biden's watch, didn't happen under Donald Trump's watch, but it sure is happening. Hey, oh, wait a minute. By the way, this just in.
Breaking news.
A bombshell. No mean tweets. So we're good. Everything's good. There's still no mean tweets right now. Everything else is fine. So it's not a good look for the administration. So now they have to make a decision on what they're going to do about this, if it's true. But of course it's not. But boy, what a spin. What a spin. And a lot of your major media outlets went out there and, of course, have been running with this story. Let's see, is this one of them?
There are alarming images from the Texas border tonight. The White House pressed on them today, calling the images horrific.
Yeah, okay, and there you go. And then they go on to show these images. And, you know, those, it is almost like the image that we saw recently in the California recall election. Larry Elder, who we were told, actually a still photo of Larry Elder with his hand on a white woman's face because he was in the process of giving her a hug and looking at somebody that he's known for years and giving it racial overtones during the election to make it seem like Larry Elder was doing something that he wasn't doing with regard to an issue at the time that had nothing to do with that. But that still photo, that moment, you can make into anything you want to make. I mean, it was awful the way they portrayed that. And this is that same kind of thing. And so there's a lot going on along the border. There's going to be this, of course, divisiveness when it comes to trying to spin a narrative of what we see and what we don't see and what is happening and what's not happening. And Jen Psaki trying to explain to people it's possible that the Border Patrol is whipping these individuals, but we're not the ones that are behind it. But hey, not only that, but hey, what about... Okay. So there was a lot of spinning going on yesterday from Jen Psaki on a lot of other issues that we're going to get to. All right, so coming up, we'll have that audio on the way. We'll talk to Gordon Chang at 8:05 because the markets are in turmoil right now and China is at fault. And what is going on? It's a big, big story that we will talk about more coming up. Plus, a huge decision is going to be made at the Supreme Court, one that many people have been asking about, that is going to be presented to them, that they're going to take and they're going to have to run with. And what is it? We'll talk about that coming up as well. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks plunged nearly 2% yesterday, but paired greater losses. The S&P 500 posting its worst day since May, as investors worry problems with China's property market will spread. The Dow dived 614 points. The Nasdaq tanked 330. Shopping online is getting more expensive as shipping rates go up faster than they have in nearly a decade. FedEx says its 2022 rates would go up nearly 6% on average. No word from UPS yet. Twitter agrees to pay more than $800 million to settle lawsuits claiming it deliberately misled investors in 2015, Twitter not admitting any wrongdoing. And General Motors plans to replace the batteries in Chevy Bolts recalled for fire risks. Dealerships should start the work in mid-October. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean bottle quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Presented by LeMesa RV of Fort Myers. Get out and go to the RV show at Lee Civic Center. Go for top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, and more. Go for a massive selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Go for huge discounts on every RV in the show. Go for free admission and parking. Go to RVShowUSA.com. Then get out and go to the air-conditioned RV show at Lee Civic Center in Fort Myers, starting Thursday.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only, not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have our first crash of the day heading out right now through Lehigh toward Gateway at the intersection of State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway, which is Gunnery on the Lehigh Acre side of that intersection. So watch out for roadblock, and there are injuries reported in that crash. You'll see EMS, ambulance, and fire out there right now trying to get that crash scene cleared up. Definitely seeing delays building at the intersection in all directions right now. Avoid the area if you can by taking State Road 82 to Colonial Boulevard instead of Daniels Parkway. And if you need to avoid Gunnery, you can always take Sunshine Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well,
it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling, because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know?
You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to trulynolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Meanwhile, out in California, I saw that some McDonald's locations are now offering free vaccines. It's not every location, so double check before you let a clown stab you with a needle. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's true, but I guess it is. So you can go to a McDonald's location and get yourself a jab. And some
How
nuggets.
about they get the cheese on the burger right? Where it's not lopsided, I got to take the burger apart and put it back together just to eat it?
Is every burger at McDonald's cheese lopsided? I don't know. Man, I'll tell you, that sounds a little anecdotal. Like you've had one burger with a little off the cheese off center, and now what? Every burger place has that going on.
No, just McDonald's.
No, that's not true. You can't prove it at this moment. But give me 10 minutes. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. So there you go. A couple of COVID stories. You've got. The kids vaccine. You ready to have your 5-year-old vaxxed up? I mean, again, we're looking at the numbers and the data and just asking the question: is it something that we need to do for the kids? Is to get them all vaxxed up when we have the FDA who's not sure about booster shots? You know, we want to kind of revisit it and check on everything. And when we have the pharmaceutical companies going, no, everything's good, we're good, everything's fine. Can we hold off a little bit on that? Or I'm wondering what you're going to do. 239-479-5592. Maybe you're somebody who would like to get the kids vaxxed up. You know, after almost 2 years of strict travel restrictions related to the pandemic, the Biden administration has announced that vaccinated people from the UK and the EU are going to be permitted to enter the U.S. from November onwards. So they're kind of relaxing a little bit of that. You got to be vaccinated, though, fully vaccinated, right? And that was a question that was being asked yesterday of Jen Psaki as she was circling back on a couple of different issues, right?
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you.
Gotcha. And it was Peter Ducey was asking the simple question. You know, if we've got these vaccination restrictions, in other words, you can't come into the country unless you're vaccinated. You're coming from the UK and the European Union. How about along the border? Are we checking that out?
What's going on at the border? Is somebody asking the foreign nationals who are walking into Del Rio, Texas, and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
What do you think the answer is, Jake? I'm going to give just a little bit of fun with Jake. Okay. So you're walking across the southern border of the United States. You're not from here. You're from another country. As a matter of fact, you're planning on sticking around for a little while, maybe forever. And you're you're getting ready to cross the border illegally. Are you being checked for your vaccination status? Yes or no?
Probably not.
Probably not. All right. Well, let's find out.
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined.
I'm just asking, there's 14,000 people at the Del Rio bridge there, and they're in these makeshift camps that they're making themselves. Is anybody going around checking to see whether or not they got the sniffles? I'm just asking, can we see the evidence of that? I'm allowed to ask that question, right?
That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time. I don't.
Wait, okay. So no problem, Jake. They're not planning on staying here for a lengthy period of time.
Just a vacation.
They're just coming to visit and set up a little camp there with whatever they can find laying around, and that's it. It's a temporary thing. It's just they had the opportunity to get away for a couple of days, so that's all they're doing, everybody.
I don't think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing.
And he says, what's the difference? What's the difference if they're coming for 10 minutes or the rest of their life? Shouldn't we still be checking them anyway? Does it matter?
These are individuals, as we've noted and as we've been discussed. We are expelling individuals based on Title 42 specifically because of COVID.
Okay, so the Title 42 expulsion right now, as we are hearing what is happening is they are taking single adult males and they are putting them on aeroplanes and sending them back to where they are from. But women, children, family units, relatives, they are not being sent back. They are going into the country. So it's not, there's a little bit of, they're not being exactly genuine in the answer there. I know it's shocking. Jen Psaki not exactly being forthright and forthcoming, forthright. Both of those words would work, I believe. Hey, speaking of the vid and vaccination passports and mask mandates, here's a great story. I didn't know the details of this story. You're going to love this. This is for Jake. He's going to love this, okay? So, the mayor of San Francisco is caught in a nightclub watching a band playing, no mask, drink in hand, puts the drink down, dancing away. Nobody in the club's got a mask on. Now, it's San Francisco. Mind you, San Franciscoans, the people that live there, they're not allowed to do this, right?
We start with the new mask mandate. The majority of Bay Area counties and the city of Berkeley will require people to wear masks indoors again, regardless of vaccination status.
Doesn't matter. Vaccination status doesn't matter. You have to wear a mask indoors. Does not matter your vaccination status. You following this, Jake? Okay.
Yeah.
No, so now there are people that are better than you. You realize that, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, Hollywood.
See 'em.
You know, the Emmys, you know, they do this whole thing. And by the way, I think there was a report, I gotta find this where oh gosh, I have to read the quote about, here it is. The LA County Public Health Department said that the maskless Emmys were fine because, quote, exceptions are made for film, television, and music productions. So apparently the vid knows when you're making the next episode of, I don't know, some TV show where you cheat on your spouse and let's see how it goes. If you have a cheating spouse, let's put them together with another cheating spouse and see, right? Is there a show like that? I don't even know.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a show?
Yeah, it's like Cheater's Island or something. They put a bunch of couples on an island and then they match them with the opposite spouses and see who cheats.
Okay, but the vid doesn't exist on the island because it's a production. All right, so we've established this. San Francisco, got to wear a mask. Doesn't make a difference if you're vaccinated. Here's where it gets fun. You ready for this? So the mayor of San Francisco, a intrepid reporter, catches up with the mayor and has some questions like, what about this? Here you are, you're caught in the club, you're not wearing the mask. Are you ready for the answer? Because many people have heard the answer that she gave as being of free spirit, right? This is the clip that everybody's been playing for the past day about this story. Listen.
I got up and started dancing because I was feeling the spirit, and I wasn't thinking about a mask.
Okay? She was feeling the spirit, so she wasn't thinking about a mask. That's the clip that everybody's playing as the hypocrisy, but it gets even better or worse. You ready, Jake? Here's the reason why that spirit fell upon the mayor of San Francisco. I can't make this up. This is her defense. Listen.
I had a good time at the Black Cat, and I think it's sad that this is even a story. The fact is, there was something that was really monumental that occurred.
Did you know that where she was, there was a monumental occurrence that was taking place? And we're missing this. The country is missing the monumental moment that was taking place where she was at, that she didn't mask up. Are you ready, Jake? I'm not making this up. Right from her mouth. Listen.
And that is Tony, the original members, the brothers, Raphael Sadiq and Dwayne Wiggins, who have not performed in public for, I believe, at least over 20 years. They are just really some of the most incredible artists in the history of this country and the Bay Area in particular. And the fact that that is getting lost here.
So what's getting lost is Tony, who had some hits in the 90s, a very popular group, Raphael Sadiq, an incredible songwriter, musician from the Bay Area. They got together for the first time in 20 years. Don't you understand the monumental occasion? A band got together for the first time in 20 years. I can't wear a mask. Doesn't make a difference if everybody's vaccinated and that's what everybody else has to do. I'm not wearing a mask because Tony has done it again. They're back together. It's monumental. It's like if we had the same thing happening here in Southwest Florida and everybody had to wear a mask indoors even though you were vaccinated, and there was a concert that consisted of, I don't know, Vanilla Ice. I'm trying to think of where, I don't know, where would we? It's the first time Vanilla Ice has been back in Southwest Florida. And, well, he's never been here in 40 years. And I can't think of anybody. But you see where I'm going. It's the reason it was a monumental occasion for a band getting back together. And she doubled down on it, by the way.
I don't know about you and whether or not you know who Raphael Sadiq and Dwayne Wiggins are, but I don't know about you, but if you know who they are, I don't care where you're sitting, you're going to get up and start dancing.
Okay. And
Reese Mobetta Brown, who
there was somebody else that was there as well, that was a trumpeter that was playing as well,
who performed and who really uplifted the spirits of not just myself, but all of the people who were there.
So there you go. So I guess all we have to do is find someone who is uplifting. Like I find that when I go to Chipotle, that there are a couple of people in the Chipotle that I really enjoy seeing. They're very nice people. And they uplift my spirits. As a matter of fact, every time I go to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, when I go in there, the staff is incredible. They are lifting my spirits up all the time. And that is reason enough for you to not have to abide by a mandate. So I guess that's settled science now, everybody. If there's somebody that you enjoy at the establishment that is lifting your spirits, that you now can avoid all the mandates, and because the vid understands free spirit, and Tony has done it again. You have no, when I say that, you don't even know what I'm talking about, the reference to. Do you even know who the band is?
No.
Okay.
Tony.
Doesn't really matter. No, there's three Tonys. Tony, it's three of them. And each one is spelt differently. You can look it up. Or not. That's not the point. The point, you understand the point. So we've established now, and I guess, I wonder if that goes for, maybe that goes for crossing the border or illegally or getting on an airplane. Maybe if you want to travel and we're told you have to have proof of vaccination, I could say, no, listen, the person that is flying the plane lifts my spirits. I mean, figuratively and literally. See what I did there? Lifting my spirits? See how that works? 239-479-5592. We got to move on. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little more about the border, Federation for American Immigration Reform, really what's going on here, digging into the details. I mean, it is awful. It's a crisis. It's another crisis that is set up by this administration. We've got a crisis in China right now, believe it or not, that is affecting world markets. It is affecting us here in the United States, and you probably witnessed it with the Dow and the S&P and the numbers dropping, and what exactly is going on with China. How bad is it? Gordon Chang is going to join us at 8:05. We'll get into that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill.
Afghanistan withdrawal and botched drone strike.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. The president's speech is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Eastern. The Biden administration plans to raise the cap on refugees let into the country annually to 125,000 during the upcoming fiscal year. That's double what it was this year. The refugee cap was 15,000 when President Trump left office. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Major backup still along State Road 82 at Daniels Parkway. The original crash we had out there cleared, but we have two others on either side of that intersection. One right now at State Road 82 and Griffin Drive, another closer to the Gunnery intersection, and one at State Road 82 and Shawnee Road. So major backups in both directions. The one near Griffin Drive is going to cause problems heading through Gateway High School right now. We also have a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and Hickey Creek Road with roadblock in a westbound left lane right now and possible injuries. And keeping an eye on a crash along Alabama Road just north of State Road 82. Very foggy out there right now, especially through Lee County, so just be extra cautious on the morning drive. Collier County dealing with a crash right now in the Golden Gate Estates area, Golden Gate Boulevard at 16th Street Northeast. Another crash with injuries at 16th Avenue Southwest and 19th Street Southwest, and a crash at Collier Boulevard and Immokalee Road with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website if you want to watch. We always appreciate that. And subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much for doing that. Just type in Drew Steele into any of your favorite locations. It is not a good thing what is happening along the border. This crisis continues. We're so happy to be joined by Dan Stein. He is the president of Federation for American Immigration Reform, our good friends there. FairUS.org is the website. The one thing I always appreciate about FAIR is that it's not only the take on what is happening when it comes to immigration, but answers to the questions that you might have. So always a great visit to the website. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
How's Fort Myers?
You know, Fort Myers is okay. It's a good place to be right now. Not the same thing I would say about, unfortunately, our southern border and what has been happening in this crisis that has been building in ways that I don't think anybody imagined. I don't think anybody thought to themselves that we would see upwards of 14,000 and more coming in every minute, camping out in Del Rio, Texas. I don't know that we would ever see anything like that, let alone the numbers that have been coming across. Are we quickly approaching the 1.5 million plus mark as far as people crossing our southern border? Is that where we are right now?
Oh yeah, we're likely to hit the 2 million mark before the end of the year, Drew. And it's and of course the optics are pretty obvious when you look at what's happening down there right now, which of course is on the throes of everything that's happened earlier from people from Central America throughout most of 2021. And then of course you got the Afghan flow coming in, and even though a lot of the people who got on those planes were people who helped the U.S., a lot of them were not, and they're people that the U.S. government doesn't even know who they are, right? Yeah. And of course they're going to want to bring their relatives in an increasing flow from Afghanistan, and I mean the list goes on and on. So. Right. I mean, what you have is a president who took a look at Barack Obama's administration, and he said, well, he didn't get it right. Now, why was that? Well, because he enforced the law during the first part of his administration, and then he started to make some changes. So Biden came in and said, I'm just going to double down on everything that Obama would have liked to have done and was starting to do toward the end of his second term and accelerate it, which is what he did. He dismantled everything Trump did and did more than that, expanded the asylum definitions, let anybody who came in as a family unit get, quote, processed for asylum, which means you get a court date years down the line, which means the word goes back, that if you get to the country, make a phony asylum claim, you get in for years. And so naturally the flow is accelerated. They've stopped detaining aliens. They've done basically emasculated everything Congress has tried to put in place to deter illegal immigration. And they're wondering why it's accelerating. And it's not just Haiti. We're talking from Africa, from Asia, from other parts of Central America, South America. I mean, most of these folks who are on the bridge in Del Rio right now, they're not directly from Haiti. They weren't there during the recent earthquake. They've been down in South America for the last 10 years. Yeah. So they have no basis whatsoever. Not only do they not have a basis for political asylum from Haiti, okay, they came through about 8 safe countries on the way up here where they could have made an asylum claim. So, I mean, asylum is becoming weaponized against the United States. What is supposed to be a humanitarian program for extraordinary relief in very exceptional circumstances based on state action, okay, by foreign players, in order for people to work for positive political change back home where they need temporary protection, has turned into a massive immigration program accelerating every day under the Biden administration.
Right. You know, I would ask this question because people have talked to me about Title 42. Jen Psaki mentioned Title 42. This idea that everybody's going back. They're all going back because of Title 42. But that's not really true, right? I mean, what is the situation? Maybe you can explain what Title 42 is and what a federal judge has to say about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are 2 problems you're dealing with here. One is that this administration lies, chronically, constantly lies, telling the American people they're flying Haitians back, or they're using Title 42 to stop people from coming in. They stop some people from coming in, but not most. But what they're saying is that Title 42 is a provision in the health law of the federal code that the CDC can use when there's a pandemic, when they claim, anyway, the power to suspend admission of foreigners under this CDC guidance if it's likely to lead to the introduction of a contagious disease, okay? So the first problem is the administration lies, that most people are not being refused admission or allowed to come in if they make asylum claims. Only certain single males are being denied. Secondly, there are federal courts that are now coming in the same way they did during the Trump administration, where the ACLU, which ought to be actually paying for the immigration disaster it's helped to create, and do some forum shopping to find sympathetic federal judges who have now said, well, the CDC statute doesn't exactly say they have this broad power on immigration and it can't be delegated to them and to DHS. And besides that, the fear of it being introduced into the country, okay, COVID, for example, is now overblown because you know what? COVID's already here, okay? So there's no reason to worry about it being brought into the country since we already got it, okay? Wow. So this is what these federal judges are saying. You take away this Title 42 power that DHS has been exercised and then overlay that on top of the expanded asylum definitions and the backlogs in our court system, and you're talking about total anarchy, okay? Biden's out there eating ice cream, out on his bicycle. Obviously, this guy isn't paying any attention to what's going on. He's obviously not making the calls in this administration. It's people like Omar and Presley and these other, whack lunatics that we have in Congress, Nancy Pelosi, and they're already attacking the Border Patrol. Border Patrol were out there on horseback trying to actually discourage Haitians from coming back across the border. And they have these long reins that they use. And a couple of them were kind of swinging them around to keep them away from the horses. And now the new narrative is that the Border Patrol is out there with whips, right? With the whole optics. And, you know what the problem in our society is, Drew? You open the newspaper up, you can tell before the story breaks, who is going to say what, okay? Thinking has disappeared. What we want is reflection, not reflexes. And all we get are reflexes. And now the left is trying to do this whole, we let all the Central Americans in, so now Haiti has to come, all of Africa, and half the frickin' world.
Yeah, it's true. We've got Dan Stein joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He's the president at Federation for American Immigration Reform. FairUS.org is the website. I encourage you to visit the website, of course, to find out more about all of these issues in detail. But again, answers to the issues of immigration in this country. They are a fantastic resource, and I recommend you go there. DHS Secretary Mayorkas just continuing to say things that are laughable on its face, like, we are consistently discouraging people from crossing our southern border illegally, which is hysterical considering that there's nobody there stopping them. It's not the same individuals who are making their way through all of these countries, somehow being funded by somebody to get to this location, are not going to be told that they need to turn around. On the contrary, they're going to be on a full steam ahead approach to the border. So this talk without action, words without deeds, continues. And I asked the question, I guess, the only way we are going to have a border, because I don't even think we have a southern border now, if we are doing what we're doing, is to have people who are bold enough and honest enough to say, look, like the former president, I'll say it, that we need walls. We need to enforce our laws, and we need to have people along the border. What do you say?
Well, I mean, I'll say two things. One is we're not. You said words, not deeds. The problem is we are getting the deeds, but the deeds are sending the wrong signal. Mayorkas will say, the border's closed or whatever, but you look at what he does. He's a winning co-conspirator with these cartel operatives who know exactly what they're supposed to coach these folks to say to get into the country. And then secondly, obviously, you look at the situation with Del Rio and the Haitians gathering under this bridge, you can see why the wall was a very important component of a multilateral, balanced enforcement strategy that included both interior enforcement, state and local cooperation, secure ID, E-Verify, as well as proper border controls, deterrence, sensors.
And by the way, can I stop you? Can I stop you right there? And can I stop you right there? Because I think this is a very, very important point. What Dan just said, and understand exactly what he's saying. That the border is not the end-all, be-all. The left, there are individuals in this country that want you to believe that the wall is, in and of itself, the only thing that anybody wants to talk about. And if there is no, a wall alone isn't going to do anything, because look at all the people that climb walls. But like Dan just described, it's part of a whole process that goes on, a multi-level process of different things that you do along the border. I think that's so critical, Dan, that people understand that the wall is not the end-all, be-all, but it's an important aspect to what is controlling our borders. You make an important point.
Well, thank you. But I mean, everything we learned after 9/11 about how the hijackers came in on student visas, overstayed, enrolled, and to learn how to fly but not land the plane even after they had an expired visa, told us there has to be both interagency cooperation at the federal level and also smooth interactions between state and local and federal. I mean, luckily you've got a governor who knows what he's talking about. Okay, he understands the importance of Florida's relationship with the feds and identifying and turning over to the feds people here illegally. But most, the Democrats obviously have gone full on. They're not the same party, by the way, the Democrats, that they were even 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You hear the kind of stuff they're talking about. They want full on immigration anarchy. A big part of that is not having the states have any say in even working with the feds to help find or identify or turn over or even screen for status before giving away our tax benefits.
I like
to
sanctuary.
make sure someone has a right to be in the country. Yeah, sanctuary cities. And so you wonder how is it when you have a political party, the Democrats, that have set up a massive magnet to encourage, promote, reward illegal immigration, talk about mass amnesties crammed into budget reconciliation bills on a party line vote, and then you turn around and say, oh, well, we're serious about enforcing the law. How can Mike Workus stand there? The guy ought to be impeached at this point, but how can he stand there and say, oh, we're doing everything we can to discourage illegal immigration while he simultaneously pushes Congress to pass a mass amnesty for everybody here since January of 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing has gone so far beyond ridiculous. It isn't even – we clearly have a statesmanship crisis in this country, a complete absence of credibility among our political leadership. And I don't know. I've been at this issue for 40 years. I don't see where this country is going to come out of this tailspin from this lack of leadership.
Yeah. Yep. And it's, again, something that – we are at a crossroads, and I was talking to somebody just the other day that was talking about how not only the bold actions of certain individuals, but the fact that we are polarized now more than ever because the issues are that meaningful. They are the end of the republic as we know it issues. These are not little trivial issues that we're pushing up against each other with. These are issues that will change the nation. And that's why we're at where we are as far as the polarization, but the pushing back. And it's important that we do that. And certainly to recognize what the answers are in this issue. And that's why we appreciate you so much, Dan Stein, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Federation for American Immigration Reform, fairus.org. Please, a great resource. Go to the website, get the information on what is happening, and then, of course, answers to many of your questions. And I appreciate a few minutes of your time, Dan. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. It's a big issue there. I think it was George Will. I might have to bring this up again tomorrow. It was George Will that was writing. I think he has a new book out. When somebody says, boy, we are more polarized than ever. Can we ever come together? I mean, how could we ever fix what's wrong right now in the country? The answer is that right now the issues of the day are more important to the republic than they have ever been before, to the survival of this country. And so you're darn right we're going to be fighting back politically against the left in this country because it is that important. These are not trivial issues that if they were to be taken over by another headline, that everything is fine. We'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. It's not another day. These issues are not another day issues. These are issues that need to be attacked right now politically. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That is the website. Steele has 3 E's. And please subscribe to the podcast. Thank you so much for that. All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Traffic. There she is. It's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. State Road 82 is backed up. Several crashes along 82. One at Haviland Avenue South, another at Griffin Drive. Also have a crash at Gunnery in 82, and still keeping an eye on a crash at State Road 82 and Shawnee Road. So messy stretch through Lehigh Acres right now. We also have a crash with westbound roadblock in a left lane on Palm Beach Boulevard at Hickey Creek Road, and an accident going on Alabama Road at 57th Street Southwest. No roadblock there, thankfully. Just a hit and run crash off to the side of the road. Fort Myers Shores,
you'll also notice a crash on Andros Avenue. No roadblock or injuries with that scene as well. Foggy start across Lee County, so watch out for some visibility being a little more difficult heading through, especially Lehigh Acres, Daniels Parkway, and Fort Myers in general right now. Heading through Collier County, we've got a crash at Immokalee Road and Addison Place Drive just off Collier Boulevard. Looks like major backups in both directions right around Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. After a quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms once again this afternoon, developing mainly after 2 p.m., where you could see some heavy rain and some localized flooding issues. Temperatures pushed to 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, things wind down with temperatures waking up tomorrow morning in the middle 70s. Another day with a 90-degree high for your Wednesday, with more scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for the rest of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is State Representative Spencer Roach, and that single sentence has done more to preserve liberty than any part of the Constitution, but it's also under constant attack. Last session, your Republican legislature killed more than 20 bills directly attacking the Second Amendment. Bills were filed to repeal Florida's Stand Your Ground law, to ban assault weapons, to require background checks to purchase ammunition, to regulate how you can store weapons in your own home, and to allow local governments to make their own gun control laws. Every single one of those bills was stopped in its tracks. This is Spencer Roach, and the Second Amendment is the only permission slip I need to carry a gun, and you have my commitment that I will resist any action that attempts to violate it, because I understand what shall not be infringed means. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
At Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design, they know selection and quality are essential when it comes to buying cabinets for your home. That's why they're proud to represent some of the finest luxury lines of cabinetry that offer a variety of selections to fit any lifestyle. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is the exclusive dealer for Pedini, a globally recognized leader for handcrafted, modern, high-gloss Italian cabinetry. For those who appreciate the legacy of hardwoods and standard features like dovetail construction and soft close drawers, their Amish, Canadian, and North American lines offer that and more. Encore's exceptional reputation for beautiful 3D design, functional style, and service make them the perfect partner for you, your builder, interior designer, and architect. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a design consultation at their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspiration for your residential cabinetry, new home construction, or remodeling project.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Well, look at this. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Move along. Just looking at FloridaPolitics.com, Tampa General Hospital is considering limiting monoclonal antibody treatments due to the distribution changes of this administration. The reality is, quote, They need to look at it from a supply and demand perspective, and they need to look at it as from how different states are using it as a therapy. It's one of the many tools we have now to fight COVID. This change is going to hurt people in Florida. That is the president and CEO of Tampa General talking to a House Pandemics and Public Emergencies Committee. And I want you to listen to this. It's already starting to make us, for example, this is his quote, think about how we are going to have to limit the hours of operation associated with our ability to provide this life-saving therapy, and it's plain wrong. And my hope is we can do something about it. Now, I ask you that question. You have an administration who is going to hold back on the distribution of a life-saving therapy to the state of Florida, and you ask yourself, why? Politics. Life-saving, where the hospital is like, we're going to have to cut back on life-saving therapies. Can you imagine even saying that? Can you imagine that that's where we are right now? Because politics? I mean, there's more to that we're going to get to in just a bit. Also, don't forget Gordon Chang, 8:05. We're going to talk about what is going on with the markets. It's China's doing. How is that possible? We'll talk about it coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan. Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
O'Reilly. Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system means better gas mileage for your car. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $8. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. For a clean, lubricated, more fuel-efficient system, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The family of Gabby Petito waiting to see what today's autopsy will reveal about the body believed to be the 22-year-old.
A search warrant released Monday reveals Gabby's mom began to fear the worst when she received an odd text message from her daughter August 27th that reads, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Now, that reference to Stan was regarding Gabby's grandfather, but she never called him by his first name. The warrant says this was the last communication anyone had with Gabby.
Fox's Carly Shimkus. President Biden gives his first UN General Assembly address this morning before world leaders.
But some relationships are on the rocks. French officials are outraged after being blindsided by a U.S. and UK agreement to provide submarines to Australia.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. State Road 82 is backed up. Several crashes along 82. One at Haviland Avenue South, another at Griffin Drive. Also have a crash at Gunnery in 82, and still keeping an eye on a crash at State Road 82 and Shawnee Road. So messy stretch through Lehigh Acres right now. We also have a crash with westbound roadblock in a left lane on Palm Beach Boulevard at Hickey Creek Road, and an accident going on Alabama Road at 57th Street Southwest. No roadblock there, thankfully. Just a hit-and-run crash off to the side of the road. Fort Myers Shores, you'll also notice a crash on Andros Avenue. No roadblock or injuries with that scene as well. Foggy start across Lee County, so watch out for some visibility being a little more difficult heading through, especially Lehigh Acres, Daniels Parkway, and Fort Myers in general right now. Heading through Collier County, we've got a crash at Immokalee Road and Addison Place Drive just off Collier Boulevard. Looks like major backups in both directions right around Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
New CBS Originals.
This is Agent Sedan. We have an abduction in progress.
Tonight, be there for the premiere 3-hour event.
The guy is in Budapest. We need to figure out how he's connected.
Starting with FBI, then FBI Most Wanted, and new series FBI International.
Everybody down!
These guys were pros.
The FBI's new tonight, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS. Tonight starting at 8 on Wink TV.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Just type in Drew Steele to any of your favorite podcast locations. Hey, coming up in, 10 minutes or so, we'll do Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD and an important Drew's College because, well, quite honestly, everyone is because we've got to have it. We've got to do something when it comes to teaching civics in the country. Although there was I got to see if I can find it because I heard about it. There was a poll out recently that said that back in 2014, no, it was 2006. When asked about the 3 branches of government, only 33% of people could answer that question, adults. That was back in 2006.
Well.
And I guess now it's at 50. So it's gone up. And here's the thing. I don't really want to do it. But I do have to say that Drew's College of Political Knowledge, that has been around for a long time, many, many, many years, has contributed to the education of the people of the United States in order to stop this. That's all. Okay. Maybe that's a little dramatic, but the poll is true. So hopefully people are catching on. I wonder why that would be the case. If you had to guess, I mean, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but maybe it's something you want to call in and venture to take a guess at. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just trying to figure it out. 239-479-5592. If there really hasn't been an uptick in the, until only recently, the talk of civics and the importance of teaching civics to our kids in public schools, then I wonder, is it TV? Is it like people getting into more of the cop shows and different things? And then is it because of all the politics that have been in our face for the longest time, like impeachments and collusion hoaxes, and then trying to figure out specifically who's in charge of what and how our government operates, and people are like, well, let me look this up. I mean, is that what it is? I don't know. Maybe you have the answer, and if you want to call and let me know, that would be awesome. Just trying to figure it out. You know, something I talked about earlier this morning, and I opened the show with was, a couple of questions. Number one, do you like it when politicians are bold? Do you like it when they come out and push against what we are told is the cultural or the political grain, if you will? And they'll say and step up and do things where just by the fact that they're saying anything about it is going to cause grief because the left in this country has figured it out. The Marxist, communist, socialist, Democrats, they've all figured it out for the longest time is if you find somebody that's trying to speak to truth and is trying to communicate truth, then what you do is you gang up on them, you attack them verbally, you you isolate them and then you go after them. And certain individuals politically have been that kind of quote unquote lightning rod. Are they really a lightning rod, or are they just speaking truth and you don't like what they're saying? And there's one in particular recently that I'm going to get to. But how now more than ever, man, do we need to step up together on the issues of the day and understand that there is a bias in big tech, for example, and what's in your news feed and what people will see and what people will not be allowed to see. Because politically, those that are in charge don't want you to talk about it, don't want you to see it, don't want you to have the other side of the argument. There are certain things in the culture that are concrete. This is it. This is the way it is. And you just have to get on the train and ride. And what we're saying is, no. Before the train leaves the station, can we all get together and talk about both sides of the issue before I hop on your culture train? Because I'm not interested in getting on it. I'm interested in the discussion. I might get on it, but you've got to convince me because I have another side of it. You know, two things that would be an example of that. A couple of things that would be an example of that would be critical race theory and how we're told being an anti-racist is so important. That's where the focus needs to be. And being anti-racist is important. And boy, does that sound good. Who doesn't want to be an anti-racist? And that all of the words that we use in critical race theory and all of the things that have to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion, you know, all of these things have to be accepted. You don't have a choice. The culture is moving on. The train is leaving the station, and you don't want to be left behind. And so you're just going to have to go along with this. And I said, no. I've got a lot of questions. You know, when it comes to the issue of gender dysphoria and, you know, the talk about transgenders and the use of certain bathrooms and our kids and having the opportunity to talk to them ourselves about what we know and maybe doing some research and finding out more, getting information on gender dysphoria and finding out more about that. And not out of hate, because that's quickly where the other side will go. If you don't agree with us, if you don't say that this is acceptable, then it's all about hate because you hate us. No, it's not because we hate you. It's because actually we care and we're concerned about what this is and means. What does gender dysphoria mean? What does it mean in the context of where we are today? That I want to know both sides of the issue. I want to understand your side, and I want to understand this side that medical professionals have talked about that is out there, and I want to know more about this. Why would you be worried about me looking for information on that? Is it because it might ruin your narrative that you've been pushing, that the culture is moving along and it's really just about emotions and that's it? You know, another way that we look at this is how many people will not only look at an issue like that, but will decide constitutionally whether something is going to be decided by our courts, but decided by the constitutionality of an issue, let's just say, and how the only good that the Constitution is if you give it value, if you give it what it deserves, if you understand it is the law of the land, and you are willing to abide by the law of the land. Because if you don't abide by the Constitution, if you don't believe in the Constitution, then we don't have a republic. And if you're willing to go against laws that have been put out, especially ones that have stood the test of time to the Constitution, and you are not willing to have something challenged, you believe something's constitutional like abortion, and it is a woman's right. If issues come up, whether it's a state or even the fact that the Supreme Court is going to hear oral arguments in a Mississippi challenge to Roe v. Wade on December 1st, if it's constitutionally rigid, perfect, it's concrete, then why are you worried about something like this? Marjorie Taylor Greene steps up to the House floor yesterday and says a couple of things that I think that are important.
I've introduced articles of impeachment on President Joe Biden. The reason why I've done so is for his disgraceful actions having to do with Afghanistan, abandoning Americans, arming and terrorist nation, the Taliban, which is treason, giving aid and comfort to our enemies. But also, I've also introduced articles of impeachment for the national security crisis created at our southern border, which today is actually being invaded.
Is she right? Is she wrong? This is a bold Republican who is standing up and saying, listen, we all need to get on board with this. This president needs to be impeached. And where others have tried to do it by nefarious means, like with hoaxes and other things and non-perfect phone calls that were just fine. We've got the evidence to show that this should happen, and you all know it. Every single one of you know it. Do you like when somebody steps up like that? How much are you, or how willing are you to back that person up and support them in that? Because there's also another thing that she said on the House floor yesterday, just as important, and maybe you didn't realize.
But heading into this week, perhaps the most evil and disgusting thing that is going to happen in this 117th Congress is the bill that's going to be introduced that makes it a federal law to allow abortion up until the day of birth. This wall says, "In God we trust." And if that is the case, then this Congress will reject this evil bill and protect the innocent unborn. If this nation becomes a nation where we have such a federal law that can kill a baby up until the day of birth, then God will no longer provide protection in his grace over America.
She's right. Or maybe you think she's crazy. Are you willing to stand up with bold talk about this? You do realize that on the heels of finding out that the Supreme Court's going to take on this case in Mississippi, that will be a challenge to Roe v. Wade. We'll see where it goes. But that Nancy Pelosi and others are already getting ready to step up the Women's Health Protection Act of 2021, which is the bill that she describes, which is, hey, listen, up to that moment of birth, doesn't matter. It's a woman's right to choose. 6 weeks, 15 weeks, they're going to eliminate all of that. That's real. That's actually there. And I go back to the Constitution, and I go back to who is going to not only back up politicians that are ready to impeach this president, that are ready to talk about these tough issues that shouldn't be really tough if you're a person of conviction, like Roe v. Wade, like abortion, like gender dysphoria, like transgender bathrooms and those kind of issues. And don't dismiss us. This is not hate. We want to know more about it. When a Texas doctor publicly admits that he violated the state's new heartbeat law by performing an abortion, full in your face, saying, listen, I disagree with this, and not only do I disagree with it, but I'm going to perform this, and I'm going to go against the law because I want this to go to the Supreme Court. They're going to have this in their hand, and it's going to be about states' rights. And that's the decision that ultimately is going to be made here. It needs to be made. But that's the thing. It's this concern that way too many people, and we're going to do Drew's College coming up in just a second, but it's this concern that too many people right now in this country are willing to, for example, when it comes to the Supreme Court, when it comes to the Constitution, let's say, that the supreme law of the land, the Constitution, is being looked at as just another piece of paper. Look, if this country was founded on racism, then how do you even follow a Constitution that's supposed to be the rule of law that's created by racists? I'm not going to do it. And as a matter of fact, I would encourage other people to go against the Constitution and to not follow it, in which case we do not have a country. But that's where we are in a lot of different things, including CRT in our schools. There's audio that I hope to play this morning. I might have to wait till later or tomorrow because we have quite a busy morning ahead. We've got audio of a teacher in Iowa who was proudly explaining to other teachers how she's circumventing the critical race theory ban in the state. She's telling everybody the workaround. In other words, this is what I think about your law. And doing anything that you can to elect people into office to change the law or to amend a law or to do anything that would be the legal approach. You just say, to heck with it. I'm not following it. I'll teach you how to get around it. because what I want is more important than what is legal. That's a problem. That's a big problem. And that's unfortunately where we are. And yeah, I can later on, I'll play that audio because it's outrageous. Not only does she need to be investigated, she needs to be fired. She's violating the law. This isn't an opinion that she's taking that's against others' opinions. This is a law. 239-479-5592. All right. Let's do it. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That's you. I'm looking at you right now. If you're at drewsteele.com, look at me. Me looking at you. Caller number 5. Go ahead. Pick the phone up. Let's see what you've got. Let's win today. Impress your friends and family, maybe even the kids in the car. Who knows? Whatever the case may be. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. We'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Dealing with several crashes still this morning along State Road 82 in the Lehigh Acres Gateway area, crossing between those 2 spots of eastern Lee County. We have a crash right now at Griffin Drive in 82, right near Gateway High School, causing some westbound roadblock. Another over toward Haviland Avenue in 82. And a third crash still at 82 and Shawnee Road should be getting cleared up right now. We also have a crash, a hit and run over at Alico Road at Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. No injuries, just looks like some slight southbound delays near the Gulf Coast Town Center. And a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and I-75 southbound with roadblock westbound along Palm Beach, right near 75 southbound at the light there. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. After a quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms once again this afternoon, developing mainly after 2 p.m., where you could see some heavy rain and some localized flooding issues. Temperatures pushed to 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, things wind down with temperatures waking up tomorrow morning in the middle 70s. Another day with a 90-degree high for your Wednesday with more scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for the rest of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 10/3/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Lusk, Draysites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning.
You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not just sell you a system. As always, you can chat with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Rick. Rick's in Naples. Hello there, Rick.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Rick,
right.
We elect a U.S. representative, U.S. House of Representatives, for how many years? How many years do they serve, a U.S. House of Representative?
2.
That is correct, 2. All right, you got a associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Do you know who the president of the United States was in 2003?
Ronald Reagan.
No, that was George W. Bush. It was 2003. That's all right. No worries. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see if you.
I was reading about Reagan in 1981 and 83 the other day, so that's what I messed that one up.
Understood. All right. Well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this very question. All right. Let's go to this one. Who did the United States fight in World War II? Who did they fight in World War II? The nations that they fought against, the United States.
Well, one of them obviously was Germany.
Okay. There were 2 more.
Italy.
Italy is one.
Yeah, you got me on the third one.
Japan was the other one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We bombed those son of...
Yep, we forget, yeah. All right, well, hey, let's try to get a bachelor's degree on...
I got a bachelor's. Come on, I'm going for the master's.
You want to go for a master's degree?
No, here we go. Go ahead, number 4.
Okay. How many years was FDR president? 9, 11, or 12?
That would be 9.
I know it's 12 years, actually.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, listen, you did all right today there, Rick, in Naples. I mean, at least you had a little bit of fun today, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and that's really what it's all about. It's all about learning and having fun.
Those are hard questions. All right, man, have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye. Did he just mumble those were hard questions? Were those hard questions? Okay. Listen, we do it each and every day. You keep listening, you'll learn, and then soon they'll be easy. Gordon Chang, coming up in just a few more minutes.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli, and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples, or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with several crashes still this morning along State Road 82 in the Lehigh Acres Gateway area, crossing between those two spots of eastern Lee County. We have a crash right now at Griffin Drive in 82, right near Gateway High School, causing some westbound roadblock. Another over toward Haviland Avenue in 82. And a third crash still at 82 and Shawnee Road should be getting cleared up right now. We also have a crash, a hit and run over at Alico Road at Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. No injuries, just looks like some slight southbound delays near the Gulf Coast Town Center. And a crash at Palm Beach Boulevard and I-75 southbound with roadblock westbound along Palm Beach, right near 75 southbound at the light there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I'd like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
You've got 96 hours. It's the 96-hour used car elimination event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Pre-owned Hondas, Toyotas, Nissans, Fords, trucks, crossovers. Over 500 used vehicles must be sold Thursday through Sunday. Payments start at $99 a month. Prices start at $39.88. Plus, every credit application will be approved during this event. There will never be a better time to save, and inventory is selling fast. Hurry and buy the quality pre-owned vehicle you want for as low as $99 a month. Prices as low as $39.98. Over 500 vehicles. All credit applications approved. Time is ticking away. Your 96 hours of huge savings ends Sunday. Rush to Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only.
Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Constant repairs, higher energy bills, and lower air quality can all result from an HVAC system needing an upgrade. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, we have several options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR to schedule your AC consultation.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Yeah.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the channel. Always appreciate a few minutes with Gordon Chang. Of course, Gordon Chang, the author of The Coming Collapse of China and the Great U.S.-China Tech War. You can follow him at Gordon G. Chang on Twitter. As there is a lot going on right now. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Drew, and thank you so much.
I'll tell you, I can't think of someone who saw this coming more than you, and it's something that we even talked about in the past. You know, before we get into this Evergrande issue and what is happening with the markets and how I don't understand why we're even attaching ourselves to a country that not only hates us, but clearly doesn't know what's going on as far as economically and with their markets speaking. I think there's an issue there that we should discuss as well. But we talked about this a long time ago, and I seem to remember way back. I go back to 2013 when we were talking about even the way China sets up these ghost cities, real estate, how important that was in at that time period. And I think you even mentioned the fact that that's that one issue that could pop, this issue of real estate and how, I guess, what is it that these ghost cities set up as investments for individuals at the time, and now even with this issue, are they the same? Are we connected here in that way?
We certainly are. You know, a lot of apartments in China are vacant, but they're not unsold. They've been purchased, and many of them have been purchased 100% with cash. So, you know, this is not the U.S. situation. These apartments, Drew, are like stores of value. They're like gold coins. And that means Beijing has to prop them up. Matter of fact, not very long ago, Wanda, which is another large Chinese property developer, substantially discounted apartments. It was forced to bring the price back up because if they were to discount apartments, everyone throughout the country would have to discount apartments. It's like a share of stock. You know, once you have one transaction, that sets the price for everybody else. Well, if you had a substantial decrease in the value of apartments, it means everybody in China would lose. Right. So it becomes a political issue.
Right. And so now we have Evergrande that people are saying turning into a China's Lehman Brothers. I'm not really sure that I agree with that. But I guess the issue of how this is rippling through world markets right now, maybe we just explain that to everybody, what is happening here with Evergrande and what's going on in China at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the Chinese markets are closed for the Mid-Autumn Festival, both yesterday and today. But markets other than China are open, and they really reflected it yesterday. So, for instance, in Hong Kong, you had another Chinese property developer in Shanghai lose 80% of its value on Monday. And, of course, the Dow yesterday dropped, 614 points, 1.8%. We're not going to know what the Dow will do today. It probably will sort of settle back, but the point is this should have happened long ago to the Dow because they have been ignoring what's been going on in China because Evergrande is not the only Evergrande. This is a systemic problem that is choking the Chinese economy. Now, they could have a crash or probably Beijing, as you point out, this is not a Lehman moment because Beijing will try to manage the situation, but by managing the situation, they're going to choke their economy on continued on debt, which is not resolved.
Right, and that sort of the text a little bit of the collapse, the coming collapse of China, the book, and the economics there, in describing what's going on in China. But at the same time, can Beijing do this? I mean, do they have the ability? Is it feckless? Is it like they just didn't realize? I mean, they had to see this coming. And then ultimately, can they do it if they decide not to bail them out per se? Because there's going to be they're not the only one like you described. There's others. It's almost like a contagion. Will they do it? What do you think?
Well, with Evergrande, it has $305 billion in liabilities, which is an astounding figure. They can probably break Evergrande up so that it's the shareholders and the bondholders who get hurt, not the people who have bought apartments that have not yet been delivered. But by doing this, they are prolonging the pain. And that means the Chinese economy is not going to be growing. It's going to be very much underwater for a very long period of time. This is at a point where China has to pay back a lot of debt. So they won't be able to produce economic output to pay back their debt. They won't be able to modernize their military. They won't be able to do this. They won't be able to do that. So China is pretty much, I think, at a point where they can't manage the situation because, as Kyle Bass, the Dallas hedge fund manager, points out, they've had 3 times more debt than we did when we went into our financial crisis.
Wow.
Drew, they've got a high currency wall, so they can do a lot of abnormal, stupid things. Right. And so, therefore, they're doing a lot of abnormal, stupid things.
Right. Yeah, and the fact that, and I'm sure you can speak to this directly, the fact that we put so much trust and in the markets, the Chinese marketplace, and here you have a regime that is not fond of us, to say the least. It's falling apart. But somehow, as you've described, linking our fortunes to China is just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, first of all, this is a country, China, that declares the United States to be its enemy. And actually, they are laying the groundwork for an attack on the U.S. because if you look at their propaganda, especially last month, it really shows that China believes that the United States is the cause of China's problems. And so, therefore, that leads them to have the justification to do whatever they want with us.
Yeah.
And we've connected ourselves with them. That's really wrong.
Yeah. I might just pivot for a second because I've been dying to ask you this question. The General Milley reaching out to the Chinese Communist Party and the phone call saying, listen, if anything were to happen, if we were to attack, I'd give you a heads up. I mean, what would be the mindset of the Chinese Communist Party getting a phone call at a critical time in this country? What could they possibly be thinking? Except, the dangers clearly are apparent, especially when you're talking about our safety and security. What did you make of when you heard that?
Well, first of all, the Chinese would have reinforced the notion in China's minds that the United States is in disarray, and that would have led them to be even more aggressive. So General Milley, in a very direct way, undermined the security of the region and the United States. And this is quite apart from his failure to follow constitutional procedures. This looks a little bit like a soft coup. Clearly, if General Milley felt that President Trump's state of mind made him unfit to be president, there's an established constitutional procedure to deal with this. It's called the 25th Amendment. Yeah. Milley didn't follow it. Milley didn't send the intelligence to President Trump. This is insubordination. This is very close to treason. And this is very much a part of, what you might say is a coup.
Yeah. And now, as obviously treaties and deals being made with countries, some being upset that they're not included. France, obviously, the latest in the news, and the alliances that we're making there. And, what I wonder what China makes of all of these different alliances. Do they just look and certainly things are moving forward as usual? What about what they're thinking with regard to what this administration is doing with these new alliances?
Well, first of all, I think the Australia, UK, US security pact is a really good thing, and they get an A for strategic vision. But the Biden administration gets an F for execution because France is extremely upset. They withdrew their ambassador. There's going to be other retaliation against the U.S. And this is from a president who, when he was running for office, actually said that he would be great, much better than Trump in managing allies and building coalitions. Biden has been worse in many respects. And it's not just this flap with France. There's other problems we have with our alliances that we didn't have with President Trump.
Yeah, there's no doubt of that. And, one other thing is, as we go, I wanted to ask a little bit about Hong Kong. I have a friend who lives in there and works in the financial markets. He's from the UK. He's been there for many years. And he gets concerned every once in a while when things start to break there. And he still feels like things are okay at the moment. But I'm concerned, and I think many others are concerned about how Hong Kong is being treated, and certainly what kind of moves have been made recently, or what you see with Hong Kong moving forward. What do you think will be happening maybe in the next year or two?
China will continue to take over the place. They've already done that. What's going to happen is they've now censored political information. It's the temptation to censor business information will be irresistible, which means that Hong Kong will no longer be an international financial center. It'll be a domestic Chinese financial center, very much like Shenzhen or Shanghai. But not the city where it is, and the international business will eventually flee to places like Singapore, maybe Taipei, maybe Tokyo, maybe come back here. But the point is that it can no longer be the Hong Kong that we knew it to be.
Gordon Chang joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Sir, I always appreciate a few minutes of your time. At Gordon G. Chang on Twitter if you want to follow. Great to follow. Of course, author of The Coming Collapse of China and the Great U.S.-China Tech War. He is the best. I always appreciate a few minutes. All the best. We'll see you soon.
And I appreciate it too, Drew. So thank you very much.
Thank you. 239-479-5592. Yeah, what's going on there, and the ripples and how we are so connected. Many people have talked about that before, the fact that, boy, it is something to be said to get away from countries that are bent on our destruction, and to be leaning on them financially, and to think that there is no other way to do this. And the tough work of bringing that back home, of detaching, of finding other places, finding other avenues, finding other means to get goods and services, and how there is this supply chain, but supply chains can change. That's what I always hear, Jake. I'm constantly hearing, you can't do it. What are you going to do now? You're going to start dealing with different prices. I mean, that pen that you enjoy, that cheap pen, for example, or that cheap fill in the blank. Now you're going to start paying more for that product. And the funny part is I never hear anybody saying what that difference is. Like, is it pennies on the dollar? Is it $1 difference? Does a dollar pen now cost $2? Does it cost $1.03? I mean, what is that difference, that disruption, quote unquote, in this supply chain that people talk about, or trying to get services and products from other places, or just bringing it home? At least finding places that aren't bent on our destruction. Like, you never have that answer. That always seemed curious to me. Maybe we can start with that. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. It is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. And there's Therese O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now along Palm Beach Boulevard with westbound roadblock right near the I-75 entrance ramp getting onto 75 southbound. You'll see a little bit of roadblock out there. For the most part, you can pass through the intersection without any major problems. Dealing with delays also on Colonial Boulevard approaching I-75. No crashes out there right now. You'll just see a lot of volume building up in the area. 75 itself looking nice and quiet this morning, but it is a very foggy start to the morning drive across Lee County, so just give yourself some extra time. Visibility is a little bit low. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. After a quiet start to the day, look out for scattered thunderstorms once again this afternoon, developing mainly after 2 p.m., where you could see some heavy rain and some localized flooding issues. Temperatures pushed to 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, things wind down with temperatures waking up tomorrow morning in the middle 70s. Another day with a 90-degree high for your Wednesday, with more scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for the rest of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of Barada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
If you think vaccines alone will protect you from COVID-19, think again. More breakthrough cases of COVID variants show that vaccinated people are still vulnerable to the deadly disease. To be safe, monitor regularly for fever, as it's the leading sign of COVID-19. Use Exergen, the only thermometer scientifically proven to detect fever, and beware of non-contact devices that miss 5 out of 6 fevers. Remember, vaccines are not enough, so protect yourself and your family with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Rodstar Harley's giving 115% of Kelly Blue Book value when you trade for a new Harley now through Sunday. That's 115% of Kelly Blue Book trade value. It's worth more at Rodstar Harley. That's a much tradition.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3s, and we appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. All right, coming up, some of the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. That's on the way. I know, I'm trying to look at, there was something that I wanted to play, and I can't find it, and so it's like, that's not the right music. Hold on, that was almost like Wizard of Oz music. Wasn't that when, what's her name was on the bike with the dog?
I don't think I've ever seen that movie, so.
How better we? Wasn't that what's her name with the dog on the bike? Yeah, that's. Oh boy, I'm gonna stop. All right, here it is. Oh, Jen Psaki. Yes, I wanted to play a little. because there's going to be a lot of audio.
I'll circle back.
And we want to circle back to Jen Psaki yesterday being asked about the drone strike that was not on ISIS-K and the thoughts of the administration on that strike.
On the drone strike last week that the Pentagon now admits was a tragic mistake. What was the president's response when he learned about that?
Well, the president was briefed on Friday morning about the report that was going to be released and put out.
So far, it's not. There's a lot of ums and ahs in there. It's almost like she wasn't prepared for that question. Like, really?
I would say first, the president's view and all of our view is that the loss of any civilian life is a tragedy, as was made clear in the comments by the Secretary of Defense.
How about his comments specifically?
By General McKenzie, this was done in error, and clearly the investigation that will continue is something the president broadly supports. So, as a human being, as a president, as somebody who has overseen loss in a variety of scenarios, both as a leader and personally, his reaction is it's a tragedy, and every loss is a tragedy.
Is it just me? There's just like it just feels like so. I don't know. I don't want to say disingenuous because I don't really know specifically what the president was thinking, but it sure would be nice if she would say exactly what the president said.
There's an ongoing investigation. Should it be anticipated that someone would be fired, demoted, not promoted, passed over, and held accountable within the military ranks for this?
Oh, no. Nobody's going to be held accountable for it.
Well, I think what's important is that the Secretary of Defense and the Chairman and General...
I can't do it. I just can't do it. Here's the important thing. That nobody's going to be held accountable. And... what accidents happen? Is that the angle we're going? I know I can't do it. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. The 5 at 8:35. That's coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46 and get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46 and get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair water solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tubes, dyes, and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799 or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
News, I'm Lillian Wu. Another drug maker out with COVID vaccine booster data. Johnson & Johnson says according to its trial results, a follow-up shot provides 94% protection against COVID-19 and raises immunity even more, with a 4-fold increase in antibodies when given at 2 months, a 12-fold increase when given at 6 months. President Biden, who received the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, says he'll get his booster once it's fully approved.
He will do so, and he will do so on camera.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, last week's FDA advisory panel overwhelmingly voted against the booster shot for people ages 16 to 64, saying that current vaccines appear to be working.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. And Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau wins a third term, though with his Liberal Party on track to remain in the minority. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now along Palm Beach Boulevard with westbound roadblock right near the I-75 entrance ramp getting onto 75 southbound. You'll see a little bit of roadblock out there. For the most part, you can pass through the intersection without any major problems. Dealing with delays also on Colonial Boulevard approaching I-75. No crashes out there right now. You'll just see a lot of volume building up in the area. 75 itself looking nice and quiet this morning, but it is a very foggy start to the morning drive across Lee County, so just give yourself some extra time. Visibility is a little bit low. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, it's the last day of summer, and it certainly will be feeling summer-like today. Look for highs back to 90 degrees, and while we're quiet to start out the day, scattered thunderstorms develop yet again for the afternoon, packing a punch in terms of some heavy rain, mainly after 2 p.m. and continuing on into the evening hours. Things wind down as we head into tonight, but we will be looking at more scattered thunderstorms for your Wednesday as we continue through the rainy season. Highs near 90 yet again for tomorrow morning, with lows waking up tomorrow for your Wednesday in the middle 70s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Presented by Lamis RV of Fort Myers. Get out and go to the RV show at Lee Civic Center. Go for top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, and more. Go for a massive selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Go for huge discounts on every RV in the show. Go for free admission and parking. Go to RVShowUSA.com. Then get out and go to the air-conditioned RV show at Lee Civic Center in Fort Myers, starting Thursday. new CBS originals.
This is Agent Sedan. We have an abduction in progress.
Tonight, be there for the premiere 3-hour event.
The guy is in Budapest. We need to figure out how he's connected.
Starting with FBI, then FBI Most Wanted, and new series FBI International.
Everybody down!
These guys were pros.
The FBI's new tonight, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS. Tonight starting at 8 on Wink TV.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Hi, there I am. There you are. There's Jake. Can't see him right now, but we're working on that. I waved. Yeah, he did. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
If you've been watching the news for the past few days or on Twitter or TikTok, you're probably familiar with the name Gabby Petito, the 22-year-old aspiring social media influencer who was reported missing after her fiance returned from their van life excursion without her. On Sunday, human remains believed to be Petito's were found in a national park in Wyoming. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow to confirm the identity. Now, it goes without saying that no family should ever have to endure that kind of pain. And the Petito family certainly deserves answers and justice. But the way this story has captivated the nation has many wondering, why not the same media attention when people of color go missing? Well, the answer actually has a name: missing white woman syndrome.
That's Joy Reid on MSNBC, who was talking about the media's reporting of Gabby Petito's disappearance and why it's getting the attention it's getting. And her answer is it's missing white woman syndrome. Let's move on.
Number 4.
I got up and started dancing because I was feeling the spirit, and I wasn't thinking about a mask.
She wasn't thinking about a mask. That is the mayor of the city of San Francisco when caught on video not wearing a mask at a nightclub when everybody else cannot be indoors, even if you're vaccinated without a mask. Her answer was she was just feeling the spirit. And she wasn't going to, she didn't wear a mask. And quite honestly, putting the mask down and taking a drink and then putting it back up and taking it down and taking a drink and putting it back up, she was not going to have any of that. And it gets even worse than that. Wait till you hear the rest of the audio coming up in just a second.
Number 3.
Katie, there are photographs and reports of border agents on horseback using what appear to be whips on Haitian migrants. Does the administration view that as an appropriate tactic? Can you speak to that? There are people who are upset about it.
Yeah, understandably so. I've seen some of the footage. I don't have the full context. I can't imagine what context would make that appropriate, but I don't have additional details. And certainly, I don't have additional context. April, I don't think anyone seeing that footage would think it was acceptable or appropriate.
So on the heels of some still photos and some videos coming up about the Border Patrol on horseback who had in their hands the horses' reins, reins, you rein in a horse. You use the reins to direct the horse in the direction you would like for them to go. On the heels of the Border Patrol being on horseback with the reins, kind of swinging them around, keeping people away from the horse, we're told that, oh, no, that's whips. The Customs and Border Patrol were whipping individuals until we find out that, no, that's not what it was. It was reins. Agents use their reins for a lot of reasons. Primarily, it's used to steer the horse, but agents will spin them sometimes because they want to deter people from getting too close to the horse. Can you imagine what that would do to them, to the horse, to the person on the back of the horse? If something were to happen that would scare the horse, we're not aware of anyone being struck with the reins, but nobody bothered to ask Border Patrol. They just ran with the story that it was a whipping that was going on. They were whips in their hands, and they weren't. It's another debunked false narrative. Why? What?
Number 2.
We have reiterated that our borders are not open and people should not make the dangerous journey. Individuals and families are subject to border restrictions, including expulsion. Irregular migration poses a significant threat to the health and welfare of border communities and to the lives of the migrants themselves and should not be attempted.
Oh, that's Department of Homeland Security Secretary there, the Secretary Mayorkas, who's telling them the people coming to our southern border don't come. All right. That's good. All right. So he's telling people not to show up. No. This is not. No, it's dangerous. You shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. If you would have done that sooner, those words mean something. Of course, the deeds of stopping people from crossing the border and building walls and having people to protect our southern border because it matters, borders matter, would also be something. But hey, if you don't see that happening, then he can talk all he wants. It's not going to mean a thing.
Number 1.
Question about what's going on at the border. Is somebody asking the foreign nationals who are walking into Del Rio, Texas, and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time.
Oh, okay. They're not going to stay for a long time, but that shouldn't matter anyway. They're coming, whether it's for 5 minutes or 5 years or for the rest of their lives. That matters. Okay, so there's Peter Ducey who was saying, hey, listen, I'm just a question here. We've got this thing now where, you got to be vaccinated. You want to come from the UK, other countries, the European Union, fly into the country, you got to be vaccinated. You got to have that passport in order to get into the country. What about people that are illegally crossing the border? And Jen Zach is like, no, they're not staying for a long time. We got a policy. Listen, that's not nothing to see here. Move along.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
You've got to be kidding me. But that's what she's saying. She went on to talk about Title 42. We talked about that earlier this morning. If you go back to the podcast, you can listen to Dan Stein from Federation for American Immigration Reform and talking about how it's a flat-out lie. Title 42, they're not expelling all of these individuals, the 14,000 plus from Del Rio right there and these camps that have been set up in Texas. They're not expelling every single one of them. That's not what's happening. It's a flat-out lie. But again, that question begs an answer. Why is it that we don't see and find out more about their vaccination status when they cross the border? Well, the answers are obvious. Of course they are. That there are some people that can get away with things and certain individuals that can't. And then there are some people that are better than you that get to do things that you don't get to do, like not wear masks in places where you have to wear masks where it's mandatory. There's individuals that we are told get special exceptions on all different kinds of levels because, they say so. You've got the San Francisco mayor situation is hysterical. I mean, it's scary. It's awful, but it's hysterical because the San Francisco mayor, who because her free spirit, she went to a location, a bar, to hang out, and she was partying when there are mask mandates in place in San Francisco, remember?
We start with the new mask mandate. The majority of Bay Area counties and the city of Berkeley will require people to wear masks indoors again, regardless of vaccination status.
And the mayor of San Francisco was like, I can't do that. I'm a free spirit.
I got up and started dancing because I was feeling the spirit. And I wasn't thinking about a mask.
Okay. So what was this ultra important event that she had to be at? That she just felt the spirit of the moment, that she had to be there and be a part of, that not only would suggest that rules could be broken, laws can be broken, all the laws for you, but not for me. And what was it that was so special? This is another part of the story. Listen to this. This is the big event.
I had a good time at the Black Cat.
Yeah.
And I think it's sad that this is even a story.
Yeah.
The fact is, there was something that was really monumental that occurred.
Something monumental was happening. Do you realize that she was at an event where something monumental was happening? It was the birth of a child. It was a marriage. It was who knows what it was, but monumental. I mean, the swearing in of a new politician, official. I mean, what was it that was so monumental that you got to break the rules sometimes?
And that is Tony, the original members, the brothers, Raphael Sadiq and Dwayne Wiggins, who have not performed in public for, I believe, at least over 20 years. They are just really some of the most incredible artists in the history of this country and the Bay Area in particular. And the fact that that is getting lost here is very unfortunate.
Wait a minute. So the monumental event that's getting lost here because of her taking off her mask when she was supposed to have a mask on, because that's the law, was Tony, the group Tony. It feels good. Oh, yeah. It feels good. Did you know that's the song? Tony is done. You don't know what I'm talking about. Tony, no?
I'm so confused. Like, how do you guys keep all this stuff in your head?
It feels good. No, nothing?
Nothing.
So maybe not so monumental that Tony, each Tony spelt differently. Getting back together, Raphael Sadiq. Great songwriter. Many of you probably know the songs. Apparently you don't know that one. Feels good.
So their names aren't Tony?
No. But the point is that this is monumental. This is what she was doing. She had to be out at this monumental. We were losing the focus. Will you stop focusing on me with the mask? Tony has done it again. They got together and it feels good. You really don't.
No clue.
Can you look it up? At least don't leave me hanging here, because there are people that are listening to the sound of my voice and me singing this and have no clue because of the quality of my singing voice. Just kind of skip through a little bit and get to the point there, and then I'll just...
Currently watching an ad, so...
Oh, well, you can't do... All right. Anyway, the point is that it was monumental. When you find it, when you get to the hook, just go ahead and... Yeah. So that was the monumental event. It's Hollywood, the Emmys. Yeah, the story this morning that it was the... it was the Emmys, didn't they say? They said something. Oh, here it is. The LA County Public Health Department said that maskless Emmys, everybody was there maskless, and it's fine. No, I'm not kidding. This is what they said, because, quote, exceptions are made for film, television, and music productions. So the vid has an exception. It doesn't bother people who are part of film or television or music production, like Tony. I mean, when you get together, everybody's fine. The Emmys, you're all okay. Now do you know the song? You're not even listening to it, are you? You've moved on. Probably most of the audience has moved on as well. It feels good. So there you go. So they are certainly better than you. And apparently the vid doesn't go after people in film or television or music productions.
Like I'm trying right now.
Trying what? Trying to play. You still are not able to play it?
No, I have it. Would you like me to play it?
No.
I don't think I can.
It's got cussing in it?
No, but like there's like this weird moaning sound in like after the hook.
Oh, you mean there was like
So it's like if I don't
a
play
little
it, I can play it for
right.
like a
So
second.
it's got a little innuendo, is what you're saying.
That's the part you wanted there.
You do realize that about 10 minutes ago we lost the audience. They're completely gone.
It's fine, you know.
No, it's really not. It's our job to keep them here as long as we can, and we're not doing that good a job. All right.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does. All right, Glenn Beck is next. I hope you have a great day. Is this true that? Is this what you're hearing, or you heard that Glenn Beck is going to have
Trump on this morning?
Okay, so the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, is going to be on Glenn Beck's program coming up. All right. So stick around. Listen to that. And throughout the day, a lot of news we'll keep an eye on, keep track on, certainly. And then tomorrow, I've got a lot of things I wanted to discuss, including how, look, it's time for you to get out of your bubble, your comfort zone, and to go and hear people speak and to go to events and find out more information on the things that you question in your life. That there are things out there now that are being suppressed, being taken away from you, your ability to find out more about issues, whether it's, I mean, I can go through a list. I mean, whether it's what's happening along the border, whether it's gender dysphoria, whether it is CRT. I mean, it could be a lot of things that are going on that information is being kept from you because certain individuals don't want you to find out more about it and dig in, which is not the way it should be because they tell you that the culture has moved along. Well, we're going to have a discussion about that tomorrow in a little more detail just because it's time to step out of your comfort zone and start to get information and find out more about certain issues that are important. Because they're being kept from you, and there's a reason why they're being kept from you. So I'll talk about that tomorrow. You ready? All right, let's find out what's going on with are you still listening to the song? No, you're done now. Okay.
I was reading the text.
Okay, let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast with Wink